So today we're going to finish my brother's fly tie fishing station. That's a mouthful. So we had a little problem last time. So my mistake, I messed up. But that's how we learn. I always say that it's better to try and fail than fail to try. So I put the bottom piece on like this. As you can see, I ripped this one off. The problem was when I got to the front of it, I was about almost 1/4 of an inch off. So that's a no-no. Right now, I'm dead on. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to match this side up with this side. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut a hole. Well, I got the piece here. But just to give you guys an idea, this is the piece that's going to go there. And then I cut this out of a walk-in box freezer. It has the styrofoam inlay. So we're going to place the styrofoam in here like this. And then we'll trim it down. We're going to cut a hole through this so it fits the styrofoam. So my brother could have somewhere to stick a pencil, a pair of scissors, a screwdriver, whatever he needs to place there. So right now we're going to route this. So let's get crack-a-lacking. Alright. Okay, this has got to be on low speed. So this is in my way. So we're going to mount this back here now and pop this one off. Alright, there we go. Alright, so basically, it's going to sit just like that. And then we're going to take the, oh God, I hope I have more. I mean, I thought I bought enough. Maybe I didn't. Well, here we go. So, we're going to have to make the same things we made on this one, which is the longer dowels to support the top end. So, first things first, we're going to match this up. Alright, now let's check that with this. Alright, so that looks about right. Alright. So. We don't want too much glue because we don't want a lot of squeeze out. So we want to make sure when we get the glue on that it's spread evenly so we don't have that much spill out. So one thing I want to try to avoid is the spill out. You don't need a lot of this glue. This glue is really incredible glue. To clamp this, we're going to use another block on top so we can get the pressure that we need. And then we're going to bring this over. Make sure we're careful when we clamp it so it doesn't move. Because if it moves, it throws everything out of alignment, and then I'm gonna have to break the seal, and I don't want to do that on this. Okay, so the only problem I'm gonna have is trying to get the front to clamp. So to do that one, now, yes, it's overkill to use such a big clamp, but this is all I have that can spread enough to get the front for my project. Oh, mama. Okay. That's going to make it nice. Real nice and solid. Now, throughout the week, I was messing with a lot of different types of glue because I want to make the wood filler match the existing wood that I'm using to build the tie fishing station. And I use Titebond 3, I use Titebond 2, and the one thing I found was that it does leave like this yellow tone or yellow color to the wood filler. But the one great thing that I did discover is Titebond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface. It comes out white, but it dries clear. And when you make the wood filler out of that, you don't see no yellow tint. You don't see nothing. Especially after you sand it, the shiny part goes away. So we're going to make some wood filler so we can fill a little bitty imperfections in this. And you guys can see the difference between making wood filler out of this stuff and making wood filler out of this stuff. Yes, this does cost a lot more, but the benefits outweigh the cost in my book. And that's what I care more about because, you know, I like doing everything to perfection. My mom knows that. I mean, if anybody does, she does. And I won't cop out or I won't cut a corner to save some money. I don't believe in it. I think it's wrong. Alright, so now we wait basically about 15 minutes before I pop the clamp off, and then we'll go ahead and size this up. We'll get the hole exactly right, even though I know it's 4 and 7/16. So I could actually just take a speed square and I can come off the corner. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to build, since I know how it is. Alright, so now we got the markings correct. Alright, so now we just wait for this thing to dry, and then we get back to the project. So on this side we have a drawer, which is right here. Now this drawer, I was going to put foam inserts in this, but I decided to leave it out because I don't know what my brother planned on doing with this. So I do have foam inserts. Oh, this one's clamped. I can't get it out. But there is foam inserts on this one. And there's also a custom foam insert on this, so he can hang his, you know, the flies that he complete. He could put here. I don't know what he'll put here, but or he can take this out and he can use it for something else. I built a second one for him, which is right here. I didn't complete it yet, but he could always just take this one out, put this one in its place, put that one in its place, take this one with him when he goes fishing. But like I said, I didn't finish this one yet. Oops. That might not have been a good idea. Okay, so this one still needs a little bit of finishing work on it, but we'll get to that. But as long as this one's done, this one goes in nice and easy. And then we'll cut the dowels. I'll show you how I do that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll put this thing together. So what we can do in the meantime is bring this down. Now, I only use the sander for the 60 and 80 grit. Everything else I'm doing by hand because I think it's better and I have more control over it. The sander's great, but sometimes it just requires finesse instead of pure quickness and power. Okay, now that this is dry, what we're going to do is we're going to drill the holes to match the dowels on the bottom. And the way I do that, so I have a template right here that we're going to use to cut the holes in. We got no tear out, which is a beautiful thing. Now we just got to finish drilling the holes into the bottom. Now what we'll do is we'll match this up. So that's on the money right there. So I drew two lines on the left and on the right, and those are my markers so that I don't drill in the wrong spots. Now this is where you want to try to hold the drill as straight as possible. Now you don't have to go all the way through, just make an indent, and then you can remove the template and finish marking the holes. So just a little small indent. Okay. So now we have the indent. Now we'll continue to cut the holes in. I could use a drill press to do this, but I don't have a big enough base to put this on the drill press. So we'll work with what we have. Alright, now that we got that, we can take this and we can test fit it right now. That looks on the money to me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clamp the back. Lock the back down tight. Okay, that's where she needs to go. And now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut this dowel off so that we get the first impression right. And then we can go for the other ones. Okay. You don't have to cut them 100% flat right now until you actually get in the set. Once you get in the set, then you can go off and just trim the rest off, and then it's a solid, nice, tight fit. So the way I do that is I'll take it off like this. Okay. And I'll leave those just like that. Oops, too much. Mink you. Alright, so now we're going to have a lot of squeeze out on this. I know it. Okay, we got to get that right. Because if that's not right, when we go to drill the hole, we'll mess everything up. Now we're going to have to reset these. Make sure you have glue on the sides where it's going to connect to the top piece. Now we're going to set this in. Okay, so now we need to check. Okay. 1 3/8, 1 3/8, 1 3/8. That's perfect. All right, now we got to clamp this shut and then down. So to do that, we're going to have to use Big Daddy Bessie. Okay, that's good. Now what we'll do is we'll clamp it down. Now I would recommend use 3 clips on this. 3 clamps. So you get the left, the right, and the middle. Actually, you know what? 4 clamps. Let's get the side here as well. Alright. Let's get this squeeze out as much as we can get out. And that's it right there. Now we can take the flush saw and go nice and slow. We don't want to scar the wood onto the bottom. So we just keep it nice and flush and nice and soft. Now we have it. We're good. 100%. Now we just wait for it to dry. See how that looks from a downward angle. Now what I also like to do is, while the glue is wet on the seam, I like to take like a 180 grit and just kick up a little sawdust. So that it will go into the seam where the glue seam is, and it will blend. So you don't really see the seam too much. You know it's there, but you really can't tell. Okay, so what we got to do right now is we're going to have to put the wood filler in these little holes right here. Because it was, well, I'll just show you what happened. I went to go cut the board to put a hole in it. And, well, let's just say it kind of slipped. So we basically had to recut it. We put a whole new board in, redo the dowels. I mean, mistakes happen, and there's nothing we can do. I wish you guys could have saw the mistake, but the memory card ran out, and I didn't even know about it. So I apologize for that. Alright, so we got some really fine sawdust. So we're going to put a little bit of this glue in there. Just like this. You don't need a lot. You just need a little bit. We take out some sawdust. Sprinkle it right on top. Then we just mix it in. Okay, that's the first one. Now a little bit more. All right, this one needs a little bit more. Oops. All right, let me show you guys a close-up of this. Can you guys tell where it is? I'll tell you where it is. It's right there. But another one's right there. But it looks so good. And you really can't even tell. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sand it. Let's clean all this off. You can see the bottom now. See how the bottom's all tongue and groove, oak floor? That's what I used to make the base. And I left this rigid deliberately. So the way this will work is my brother will take his C-clamp tie fishing thingamajiggy, and he will put it on like this. Now his is a little bit different than a J-hook. This is comes off a J-hook. His actually has a twist bar on it. But he will place it in there like this. He will lock it in place. The light can go right here. And he has his workstation all together. The fish hooks can go, as he completes them, they can go right here. And be careful. But we still got to make a hole in here. So that's going to be the trick. I wish I had a Forstner bit that was, 3 inches, but unfortunately I don't. Okay guys, let's try to cut this time and not make a mistake. Oh, that's a relief. Oh, God. That's a relief that it went without a hitch. I really would like to put a round over on this. But this is how it went wrong last time. Trying to put a round over. I wonder if it's going to be better if I put this inside. Yeah, I think this is a lot better. We can get this to feel really nice. That's not gonna work. Alright, so I guess we're gonna try another trick. No good. Okay. Biggity dog. Alright, there we go, guys. Let me show you how that looks. That's how it looks right there. So now my brother could easily take a pair of scissors, pop it all the way down, and he'll be cool. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next video. If you like the video, hit that up. If you haven't subscribed, I ask you, if you like the video, you like the content, please do so. It helps me bring more content and make cool things like this. I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.